time's a charm. And by that I mean this was my third choice for this month. I was going to do Monkey Hero, now that I have a better condition copy. Still a nope. It turns out that Monkey Hero is on the list of games that are incompatible with the PlayStation Classic. I have another solution in the works regarding PS1 capturing, but that'll come later. My second choice was, once again, to delve into the interesting and bizarre world of Cryo Interactive, and pull out a game that I completely forgot I had, Dreams to Reality. I played this for about 20 minutes and wanted to throw it in the bin. So, still in a PS1 mood. OverBlood 2. OverBlood 1 was an alright game, let's do this. The year is 2115, because who doesn't love a bit of retro future? We begin at East Edge City Airport, with the simultaneous arrival of investigator Chris Lanebecker, who is following Velta Curtis, and our protagonist, Arcano Brani, who has come to East Edge City to make it big in junk blade racing.
East Edge City. Let's take a look around.
Wow, how 90s is Arcano's design. He looks as if George Starbart was designed by Square Enix. Walking around in generally annoying strangers, Arcano gets to talking with Curtis.
First visit to East Edge?
Me? Yeah, it is. I'm from Greyland.
Ah, Greyland.
After some small talk, they part ways. Suddenly, Arcano has a vision of Curtis being killed.
What the... What?
A few seconds later, Curtis is confronted by a man named Kondo, demanding a capsule from him.
Do not worry, I'll leave your brain intact, so we can extract the information we need.
Arcano's interference angers Kondo, transforming him into this thing. Wait, what? Curtis pleads with Arcano to take the capsule and run. Taking one of Kondo's goons' guns, suddenly combat tutorial. Wait, hang on. Screw this noise, I'm just gonna run. What?
Wanna fly?
Fortunately for Arcano, as you saw in the intro, the airport is on water and this is his method of escape. Well, that was a confusing cold opening, and really dumped a lot on the player all at once. After dragging himself out of the water, a garbled recording in the capsule mentions something called Dina. The streets of East Edge City are confusing. I didn't notice this until about halfway through the game, but mission locations and interiors are in full 3D, whilst the city streets are the classic 2D pre-rendered backgrounds. So that means walk to the edge of the screen to get to the next. I never got used to the layout. The Dina mystery is quickly solved.
DNA. Dina.
That was easy.
How you doing? This your place?
Yeah.
The owner of Dina is Raz Kasi, the protagonist from the first OverBlood. How does this tie the two games together? It doesn't. With Raz and the occasional Peepo robot being the only exception, these may as well just be two separate games. Raz never mentions the events of OverBlood 1, unless OverBlood 2 is a prequel. Probably not.
Hey, the tape.
Raz, if you're listening to this tape, there's a good chance that I didn't make it, but don't count me out yet, my friend.
The recorded message is intended for Raz. Looks like he's more than he seems. Curtis mentions a government project which is bigger than he imagined, and he needs Raz's help locating it.
You heard? I didn't know if I could trust you.
Raz, now realising Arcano is an innocent bystander, asks him to join on this mission, in exchange for paying for his Junkblade entrance fee. Well, that escalated quickly. The project information is held on a computer at the Pagoda, the largest building in the centre of the city, owned by Hayano Industries. A map of the Pagoda can be found on Billboard Island, guarded by Navarro Jean, a rogue scientist. We have our first mission. That's a lot to take in. Talk about throwing the player into the deep end. OverBlood 2 comes on 2 discs, and now you can see why. It's very dialogue and cutscene heavy, borrowing from the Hideo Kojima school of writing. OverBlood 2 is spread over 7 episodes and is very story driven. This means unavoidable spoilers. I normally try to avoid these, but sorry, not this time. Let's go through them one by one and you'll see what I mean by how much they crammed way too much into this. Episode 1, Encounters. Arriving at Billboard Island, it's time for some actual gameplay. Jumping is surprisingly precise. You can steer Arcano in mid-air, and he will grip onto ledges, making platforming less frustrating than games around this time. Any items are clearly visible as they twinkle in the darkness. Yes, the darkness. OverBlood 2 is very dark. I guess River Hillsoft were going for a moody atmosphere, but so dark. Why dark? Weapons and ammo can be purchased before a mission, but not completely necessary as there's lots of stuff strewn around the place, including money and jewels. I can see why East Edge is the place to be. There's just cash and gems lying about the place. It's the future, so it's not just the usual pistols, machine guns and way too many bombs. We have a laser gun, and not just a lightsaber, but a super lightsaber. But it does make a different sound to avoid copyright, I guess.
That's not how you ring!
Speaking of way too many bombs, a locked door. Do I need a key? A key card? A control panel somewhere? Nope. Blow it open! Some doors do need a key, but the bomb thing may actually catch you out. When you realise you are overthinking it, you're not sure whether to feel smart or stupid. Anyway, after a robot boss, Akano was captured by Navarro Jean.
That was dangerous. Huh?
Did you hear that? This boy here is going to break into the pagoda.
After learning Akano's motivations, Navarro decides to join this crusade against the government to find out what this secret project is. Episode 2, Awakening. Now with the map in hand, it's off to the pagoda. The main's computer defences are being protected by 3 guardians, or bosses. This is not really a problem as OverBlood 2's bosses are way too easy. As long as you have sufficient ammo, you're good. The team splits into 3, consisting of Akano, Chris and Navarro. No real difference between the 3, but I do like Navarro's old man bow-legged run. Nothing special about the pagoda itself, just your typical elaborate high security facility.
I'll get into the system. You two keep your ears and eyes open for any trouble.
When hacking into the computer, they learn what the project is. Are you ready for this? It's called Project Meridian. The Earth is still suffering from the effects of climate change, and the cooling system in place can only hold out for a further 10 years. After that, the air runs out and the Earth is doomed. Project Meridian is a giant spaceship that will sustain an initial 20,000 people to find and colonise a new planet. Kondo appears again to try and halt their escape.
Ah, all right. Who are you?
Whoa. I know this guy. He's the creep who kidnapped Dr. Velter at the airport.
Akano has another vision, this time of his little sister who was kidnapped years ago. Akano summons some unknown power and defeats Kondo.
Ah, so you're that one.
After witnessing this, Mr. Hayano instructs Kondo to let them go.
Kondo, I don't want these people harmed in any way. I want you to make sure they're safely shown their way out of the building.
Oh, this is just going to keep on getting more complicated, isn't it? Episode 3, Underground Space. After analysis of the city layout, the only place they can construct a large ship secretly would be underground. There's no way to access or disable the ship itself, but they can destroy the anti-proton core to slow down its production, and the only way there is via the subway system. Underground is large. Large areas with large boxes, large robots, large tunnels, and... is that a Metal Gear? Coloured doors that need opening with their corresponding coloured keycards, blah blah blah, the usual video game busy work.
Okay, we've done it!
Sir, there's been an explosion in Sector C.
What's the cause?
Destroying the anti-proton core was of little hindrance, so the group needs to reconvene and think of something else. Not before a boss battle with another throwaway character.
You don't scare me.
But hey, we get to steal his junk blade bike and ride it out of here. Ow. Shit. Fuck. Bollocks. I'm not very good at this.
What happened?
Is everything alright?
Who are you?
Our pursuers are shot down by Kim Hosaka, a mysterious man who will now assist us on our mission. Episode 4, A Bloody Rose.
Test anti-proton core? What do you mean?
It couldn't function as an engine. The damage that you did meant nothing to the project.
After that dead end of a mission, Kim proposes an alternative.
Have you ever heard of such a thing called hull drive?
He speaks of a hull drive, a legendary technology that was being developed by scientist Marius Hull over 100 years ago. This hull drive could power the cooling system and save the planet indefinitely. But as Hayano Industries also showed interest in the hull drive, Marius went into hiding along with her research. The higher-ups are holding a fancy soiree. The group uses this opportunity to obtain the research chip from Karen. Akano needs to purchase a dancing suit, attend the party, dance with Karen, and obtain the chip hidden within a rose that she will throw to him. This is the most elaborate way River Hillsoft could have gone about from just getting an item from one character to another. Akano takes the chip, runs from some Hayano goons, boards a waiting train, and that's it. That's episode 4. Why? Were the writers being paid by the set piece? Episode 5, The Deceptive Jungle.
Wow. Is that the
Hull drive?
With the help of a drunken engineer, the incomplete hull drive is located, but they can't get it up and running without all scientists involved. We need to rescue Dr. Curtis. He's been held in Gemelgelder prison in South America. Of course, why not? Okay then, let's head out and... what?
The skyline was beautiful on fire. All twisted metal stretching upwards.
Akano approaches the prison on foot, and Chris boats it to the anti-gravity field generator, preventing them from using their gravity controllers. Before entering the prison, we have another nonsensical boss fight. A robot saber-toothed tiger. You know what? Okay, I expect this now. OverBlood, more like overreaching. Gemelgelder prison follows Resident Evil logic, by having the central room move up and down by examining paintings. After collecting yet more keycards, Akano finds Dr. Curtis, but not without fighting this dominatrix first.
I ask the questions around here, boy.
Kay? Okay, let's get you out of here. Oh, for fuck's sake, not another boss fight. The security chief this time.
Huh?
You foolish, arrogant little punk!
Oh well, the boss fights are easy after all. Episode 6, Eerie Kids. With Dr. Curtis at the helm, the hull drive still won't work. Our team is at a dead end. Kim needs to think of something, and Akano decides to take a break and heads off into the city. He bumps into a hungry homeless kid, who tells him about an old lady who takes care of him and the others, a woman named Marius. This can't be possible, but Akano has to see her anyway. The kid runs off to the dodgy end of town with Akano in tow, where there are street gangs, a dive bar, and at the north end, a creepy mansion. Fine.
Hey. Where'd you guys come from?
Booster here tells me that you're the guy who stole a bunch of bananas from him.
What?
This is Cracker, and he won't let Akano see Marius unless he wins at a junk blade race. After the game basically lets you win, Cracker leads you to her.
Are you Dr. Marius Hull?
Okay, revelation time.
Are you okay?
The reason Akano has been having visions, and why Marius is about 150 by now, is because they are both travellers. Special people Hyano Industries intended to make into super soldiers, to be the first to set on new soil if a new planet was ever found. Did I mention this gets complicated?
Alright, I'm buckled up and ready to rock and roll.
Being in a weak state, Marius needs to telepathically send the hull drive information to Akano, which can then be downloaded to the drive itself. Why can't they just download it from her brain, I don't know.
The new data has been accepted and stored in main memory banks. This data enables Hull to function at maximum thrust tolerance.
Now with a functioning hull drive, they need to stop the launch of Meridian. Episode 7, Another Future. It's too late. The launch goes ahead. And not because of Mr. Hyano, because of Zeno, the insane scientist with a god complex who is in charge of Project Meridian. He sees the project as his grand work, and will see it through even if it means the cost of all lives on Earth. Yeah, we need to take this nutter down. Our team fly up to Meridian using Raz's shuttle. So, what madness awaits us here? A snake theme, a giant room full of laser shooting coloured crystals, and a main computer called Diva who has been given a human image just because it looks cool or something.
What's done is done. Nothing can stop this now, nothing.
Zeno isn't a traveller, but he has partaken in some of the super soldier fuckery, making him the final boss. Twice.
I can't believe he has such power.
Now to blow this thing up. First, Meridian needs to be taken up into space to avoid destroying East Edge. But only 2 people can access Diva, Zeno and Hyano. You want to hear another plot element? Yep, they managed to shoehorn in one more.
I am the real Ryuichi Hyano.
The real Mr. Hyano was Kim all along. The other was a clone. You know, I just don't care anymore. Can we just end this now, please? With a plasma bomb placed, Akano conveniently finds a ready-to-go junk blader and rides out of there just in time. The world is saved, and there was much rejoicing. The fucking end. Well, that was a very wordy video, but then OverBlood is a very wordy game. This has ambition, but it's definitely unfocused ambition. The overarching story is fine, but the way it goes about from getting from plot point to plot point is a little clumsy, like it was written by multiple people who barely communicated with each other. I would say something like, this is head and shoulders above the first game, but that would be an unfair comparison. Apart from the most superficial of ties, these have absolutely nothing to do with each other. This should have been a separate game called Project Meridian or something. Be that as it may, this was still enjoyable. An engaging plot, likeable characters, and decent gameplay. When you're given the chance to play it.